Nobody ever feels ready when they decide that they're going to change something in their life. They just have this mindset shift of, I'm going to do it now. I'm going to share something really personal. When I had my first ever paying client, I never coached another person before. Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to Rooted in the Cosmos, your podcast for all things spiritual leadership, higher consciousness, and New Earth vision. My name is Isabel Gloria, and I hope you have a wonderful day as you're tuning in for this brand new episode. Today's episode is for you if you know you have a higher calling, if you can feel it, but you also don't really know what to do with that, or how to step up to be a spiritual leader, to start a business, to do something with this higher calling. Actually, this is the exact place that a lot of women are in when I connect with them, when they come to me and ask for help and ask for support. And I thought it would be beneficial to give you some tips on how you can take the first steps, even if you don't feel ready to step up as a leader and to step into your potential. Because newsflash, nobody ever feels ready when they decide that they're going to change something in their life. They just have this mindset shift of, I'm going to do it now. To start off, I'm going to share something really personal. When I had my first ever paying client, I never coached another person before. I obviously had deep conversations with my friends, and I felt like I could lead conversations and guide them toward emotional blockages and limiting beliefs. I felt secure in that, but it was not because I did any training. It was not because I learned how to do that. It was because I was naturally guided to this path, and I trusted that it will work out, and I trusted that I'm actually able to help other people. That being said, though, it was scary as hell, and I experienced a lot of imposter syndrome. When I had my first round of clients, of paying clients, my program back then wasn't even finished. I had planned out 12 weeks of content for my clients to go through as we were having calls and as I was supporting them. And when I started my first ever round, I only had 8 weeks of that finished. That was scary as hell because I knew I had to finish and I had to work on the program as my first clients were going through it. And that was actually something that my own business coaches recommended to me back then. They said, just start and don't worry too much about like being perfect or having it all figured out and having it all prepared. Just start and jump into cold water and you'll be fine. Looking back, I'm so glad that I trusted them with this advice because, to be honest, I probably wouldn't have done that. I'm a perfectionist. I felt like I needed to be 100% ready with the program. I needed to be perfectly prepared for my first call. And I would have never in my life, because I'm such a huge perfectionist, I would have never done it this way unless my business coaches would have recommended to do that back then. So the moral of the story and why I'm telling you this is that you need to be okay with not feeling ready when you do things. If I wouldn't have started the way I did, I probably wouldn't have had my first client for an entire year or even longer than that, because that's how long it would have taken me to feel accomplished with the work or the program that I've prepared. Because I'm such a huge perfectionist, I would have always found something that is not perfect yet, that is not ready yet. And this experience of just jumping into cold water really taught me to drop that a little bit and to not always overthink such things. Because when you have a higher calling and when you intuitively know that this is what you want to do, no matter if you want to be a coach or a spiritual content creator or work with clients in any other way, if you have this higher calling and you know that the one thing holding you back is your comfort zone, There is not going to be a point where you feel ready suddenly. It's not going to happen. So, the moral of the story is that I want you to be a little bit more relaxed and be brave in just making the jump and taking leaps. I want to share some valuable tips with you today on how to take the first steps and what you can do to take the first steps. So let's say you just started posting on social media, you just started sharing your message and talk about your topics, or these tips are for you if you are stuck in overthinking it. So you know you want to start, you know you want to step up as a spiritual leader in your own way, but you are not doing it. You're just there thinking about it, dreaming about it, making plans, but you're not actually going out there and doing the damn thing. My first tip, and this is a huge one, is for me to redefine what leader means to you. You may shy away from stepping into your power and stepping into your leadership simply because you are conditioned to view a leader as something negative or as something unattainable. A leader is often connected to a leader that uses force, or a political leader, or a cult leader. There's a lot of negative energy attached to that word. And I've made it my task a little bit to rewrite that. Because when I think of a leader, I think of a visionary. I think of someone who brings positive change through their perspective, through the value they share with others, through their actions, and through their work. And a leader doesn't have to be all alone. They don't have to lead alone, but can create a ripple effect of empowerment by gently guiding others and paving the way. So, my association with a leader, first of all, I see a lot of feminine leaders. That's the people I work with. And I also feel that the divine feminine continues to rise. So when I think of the word leader, I more so think of a new earth leader, a leader of thoughts, a leader of a new era, a leader of love, compassion, higher consciousness. It has this very heart connected aspect to me. And I hope you can feel that for yourself and tap into the energy of what it means to be a new earth leader, like this heart based energy of a leader. My second tip is that you only teach what you truly embody. What I sometimes see in my clients, and what often happens for people who want to start with their social media and with teaching others with a spiritual business, is that they confuse their own journey with the journey of their potential clients. What I mean by that is that you're not meant to teach others what you are still learning yourself. So when you first start sharing content and when you first start working with other people, with clients, begin with something that you truly embody already. As a teacher and as the coach, as the mentor, as the content creator, whatever it is, the content you share or the content you share with your clients should feel basic to you. That feeling is normal as a teacher. Too basic is not a thing. The things that feel basic to you once changed your entire world. I hope you remember that moment when you first learned about the things that are now normal and basic to you. How much did that change your life? Think back to that moment. And that is exactly what these topics and these things will do to your audience and to your clients. They will have a lasting impact on their lives because they are at a different point in their journey. Your teachers are very different from the teacher that you are going to be for your clients because you are at very different stages on your journey and you cannot get that mixed up. It's not about sharing the things that are new to you and that blow your mind at this point in your life with your clients. It's about sharing the things that you've already embodied, that you already master, and then giving that knowledge to them and sharing it with them. Obviously, you're not meant to share content that bores you to death. You want it to be exciting for you and you want it to feel valuable. But too basic isn't a thing because there's constantly new people learning what you already know. This has nothing to do with you being better than someone else or them being more behind than you. It is just the dynamic of teacher and student. You will always find a teacher for yourself that can teach you something you don't know. And at the same time, you will always be able to be a teacher to those who don't know what you already embody. So I highly recommend you to start with the things that you truly embody that are normal and basic for you, because that's exactly why you are teaching them, because they are your basics. That's the basic knowledge and the basic practices, the basic wisdom that you work with because you're so good at it already. And of course, your journey and the content you share and the practices you use and the methods you use on your clients can expand as you grow on your journey. But I don't want you to mix up your own learning journey with the teachings that you teach to your clients. My next tip for you is to try to not start 3 steps ahead already. What I mean by that is that when you start a spiritual business, when you start as a spiritual content creator, yes, you eventually want to make money and become a coach, a mentor, a spiritual teacher, a successful content creator, whatever it is, you name it. But at that very beginning, take that pressure off your shoulders. You cannot go into this experience, you cannot step up as a leader and start fulfilling your divine mission, scaling from day one and thinking about business hardcore from day one. I am the very, very last person to tell you to not turn your divine mission into your spiritual business. That is what my entire work is all about, to empower you to do exactly that. But at the same time, in the very beginning, you need to focus on your message and the type of content you want to share. Also, who your ideal client is and what they can learn from you. So before you can even think about scaling your business, you need to gain clarity. You need to be absolutely clear. You need to have that red thread that moves through your content for you to connect with your ideal clients and for you to grow a community. It doesn't mean that it has to take super long for you to get your first paying clients, but if you need anything in a successful business, it's clarity. That is why a lot of the content inside the Cosmic Wonders mentorship that I share with my clients is purely based around clarity. They need to know what exactly they are doing to focus their energy on exactly that thing and to grow a community with these topics, with that focus, and to also connect with their potential future clients in that way. You cannot just throw stuff against a wall and hope it will stick. You actually need clarity for a successful business. The last tip I want to give you, and that is kind of obvious for me as a mentor, ask for help. It's possible to do it all by yourself. I'm not denying that. But I'm asking you, will you push yourself outside of your comfort zone all the time? Remember the story from the beginning when I said my own business coaches back then pushed me out of my comfort zone by just starting, by just taking a leap into cold water. And that is what actually started my spiritual career. That is how I'm here now. And I don't even know if I would be at this point if I wouldn't have listened to their advice. And I wouldn't have done it myself. I trusted them that they know what they're doing, and I let them push me outside of my comfort zone. So I'm asking you, without any support, without anyone holding you accountable, are you able to do that yourself? Are you able to push yourself in that way that is necessary for you to actually start a successful business? Another question you need to ask yourself is, who do you turn to when you feel stuck or need to solve a business problem if you don't have any support, if you don't have anyone to talk to? Are you the type of person who seeks out help or who researches hours to figure out the problem? And is your time worth doing that? That leads to the next question you have to ask yourself. How many hours will you spend researching what you need to know to build a solid foundation and a social media presence that actually attracts your people? I'm going to be brave and say most likely doing it all by yourself will lead to a lot of frustration and overwhelm. And potentially that may even cause you to quit before you really started. At least from my experience, I see that happening a lot for people who want to step up, but they don't ask for help. They don't make the investment in a mentor, in a coach, in a business mentor, whatever they feel they need. And they just stop after a while because it's so much new stuff and it gets so overwhelming that they feel like it's too much effort, too much energy, they can't do it. And with a little bit of help and with a little bit of support and someone guiding you through the process, it would have succeeded. And that is sad to see. Personally for me, and I'm being 100% transparent here, personally for me, I wouldn't be at the point where I'm now without having asked for help. And I know that because I never felt ready for the things that my mentors asked me to do. And I did them and it was fine and it helped me grow. It helped me expand. It helped me attract my clients. It helped me make money. It helped me in so many ways. But I'm not sure if I would have hosted my first webinar yet. And I'm not kidding you. I'm not sure if I would ever have hosted my first webinar yet. If back then my business coaches weren't the ones telling me, you're going to do that now. It doesn't matter if you feel ready or not. Just do it. Try it out. You need the experience. And that was so helpful for me. I'm sure I wouldn't be where I'm at now. And I'm eternally grateful for them gently pushing me and holding me accountable and holding me up to my own standards, because I obviously wanted to succeed. I obviously wanted this business. And I needed someone to lovingly push me outside of my comfort zones again and again. So that being said, if you are serious about this, genuinely consider asking for help and getting a mentor. And I obviously invite you to apply for the Cosmic Wonders mentorship. We are going through 3 months of intense mentorship. We are going through the birth of your business, the birth of your first offer. And on top of that, 3 months of bonus support as you implement everything that you've learned, grow your community, and connect with your first clients. So these are 6 months of full support for you. And I'm going to help you to gain clarity on your mission, your business, all the things we talked about in this episode. We're also going to work through mindset blocks, through limiting beliefs, and through things that hold you back from actually stepping into your leadership. Inside the Cosmic Wonders mentorship, we bring together your passions, your ideas, your gifts, your talents, and your life experiences to a beautiful business identity. So you're going to figure all that out, what your topics are going to be, what exact type of mentor, of coach, of content creator you're going to be, and all these things you need to build the foundation to start showing up as a powerful spiritual entrepreneur online and to market yourself and to eventually attract your dream clients. I love to work very personally and very intimately with my clients, and I give a lot of personal guidance, even with the smaller details of your business and content. And this is so crucial. It was for me when I first started. Sometimes you need someone to brainstorm an idea with you, or you need someone to help you with a DM conversation that you're currently having with a potential client. Inside my mentorship, we are that connected that you can just screenshot this conversation and I'm going to give you feedback on how to respond to that professionally and from a place of leadership, stuff like that. So you see, we are very connected. This is something that we are in together. This is not just a course where you never see your mentor outside of calls. This is not it. We are working on your business full on for 3 months in an intense mentorship, and then 3 months after that as you implement everything you've learned. You can now apply for the Cosmic Wonders mentorship. I am so ready for you, and I hope you are ready for yourself too. I hope you are at this point where you say, okay, this is the year, this is the time, I'm going to take the leap now. You can simply DM me on Instagram. It's at Isabel Gloria. I'm happy to connect with you there, and we will figure out if CWM is the perfect fit for you. As always, I hope this was a valuable episode for you and that you gained something today that lets you step into your leadership more. Make sure to check out the show notes if you want to connect with me, and make sure to subscribe to this podcast so you don't miss any upcoming episodes. I will talk to you next week for a brand new episode. Talk to you Sunday.